So from our friend Mark Swan. I don't know if he's our friend. Actually, I'm not sure who Mark Swan is.
He's my buddy. Of course
my friend
he's
Mike Swan. My personal
Yes, my personal bestie.
Mike Swan. Mark Swan. Mark
BFS.
Swan. Can I have some more scotch? He says.
You drank it all.
He says, I'm curious about the membership process of Celtic Societies. How open are they? I'm still trying to figure out my clan heritage and an organization that will accept me. I'm a rather unconventional person, not unlike ourselves, and on the younger side of the curve. 30 is apparently the curve. But I'd like to be part of something that supports the culture and family vibe without it being a crowd of folks that I'm just not going to mesh with.
Okay. What he's talking about, the organizations that are involved in Celtic heritage and whatnot, range from, there's kind of a weird concentric circle overlap kind of thing going on. Some of them are fraternal type organizations where it's more just, or fraternal or social, where it's just more about hanging out and drinking and, whatever. There's some that are more educationally minded. There are some that are more altruistic or, community minded, where they actually go out and do things, or they have charity, exactly, or they have like school scholarship funds and that kind of thing. And then there's a whole lot of overlap. So it's not like a...
Most do all three to at least some degree, right? It's just a matter which one they emphasize.
Ish. It depends on the individual organization.
Fair.
Like, you could say Masons do a lot of good out in the community. I don't know how much education they're necessarily doing, but like clan societies are all about education and not about necessarily going out and, cleaning up litter on the side of the highway or whatever. So there are differing things that they kind of focus on depending on the mission of the organization, if you will. And there are organizations for men specifically. There are some for women specifically, and then there are some that do both. So like St. Andrew's Society, like for instance, St. Andrew's Society of Philadelphia is a male-only organization, and they are reasonably exclusive, i.e. you have to be able to prove your Scottish lineage and be able to join, and I believe you have to be asked by a member in order to join, versus something like the AOH, Ancient Order of Hibernians, which is an Irish fraternal organization, or the LAOH, which is essentially the ladies' equivalent, ladies' Ancient Order of Hibernians. They are both gender specific. However, some of them are more exclusive, some of them are less. Like, you either have to be Catholic for certain ones, other ones they may kind of waive that a little bit if you're very, very Irish and very, very involved. Masons, I would kind of toss into this because there's a lot of Scottish influence in Masonic stuff and the Masonic Rite, or Scottish Rite, excuse me. So there's that. I'm trying to think of other organizations specifically. Clan societies, which ideally you'd be part of the name, so it's kind of exclusive. But if you want to help because your wife is a Buchanan and you're not, and they're not going to turn you away at Scottish festivals.
But with all these things, I imagine that it's going to vary potentially from region to region. Like maybe the Friendly Sons of St. Patrick in one city are pretty exclusive, but maybe in another city they're going to be a little bit more open. The St. Andrew's Society, I know that certain ones, it's left up to the individual chapter, I guess they're chapters, on how exclusive they are, whether they say, like, no, you must be able to prove your Scottish lineage, or, well, your wife is, like, off the boat Scottish, and you want to join as a member, so you're allowed in, that kind of thing. I'm constantly reminded of the Groucho Marx quote, I wouldn't belong to a club that would have me as a member. So that has to fit in here somewhere.
I don't want to belong to any club that will accept me as a member.
But it's really, what organization would be best for you? We don't know because we don't know you, and you don't know because you don't know the organizations. So the best thing you can do is start looking up different organizations in your area and seeing what kind of qualifiers they have, how often they meet, what do they do, what's the mission statement,
what's important to you?
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. Look it up and then figure out where you mesh with that. Yeah. If it's a drinking club with an Irish problem, then and you like
December
to
30.
exactly, and you like to go out and party, and you like to drink, and you want to hang out, and you're just in it for the social aspect. Fine, great. That sounds like a good one. If you want to go out there and educate people on a specific thing, then maybe you look towards like a clan society where you get to travel around to a few different festivals and actually engage with the general public and educate them on things. So it depends on what your goals are, what you want to do, and how you could fit in with them. One of the members in the Kilts and Culture group kind of said it sounds like essentially a tag along for an MC, a motorcycle club, where you just hang out with the club for several months to see if you're going to be a good fit, to see if you like the members, to see if you like what they're about. And then if you do, and if they like you, then great, you can maybe join the club or go through the process of having a prospect and all that. Or if you decide like, I don't like what these guys are doing, or I don't like what these particular people in the group or whatever, then you just move on. You just do something else.
That vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So we were talking about this question yesterday, and while we were talking about it, I got invited to join the Facebook group. Facebook Grapes, those are fun too. The Caledonian Club of Florida West. So I was kind of looking in. Well, I was curious now because I'm like, well, would I even be allowed to be a member? And they basically allow anybody who's Scottish, any Scottish Americans, or anybody who's just really interested in Scottish stuff. So they'd be a pretty wide open group. Now, I don't know where Mark is. I don't know if you're in Florida or not, but that would be a generally wide open kind of a group. A group that I've encountered within the last few months is the Ye Enchanted Crew of Brigadoon down in Tampa Bay. They're involved in a Gasparilla down there, and they do charitable stuff, but also seem to have a bit of a pirate problem and a Scottish problem and maybe even a drinking problem. I don't know. I don't know them that well. I shouldn't cast aspersions.
Mac, what's the group in California that we're talking to about getting the tartans? The purple logo.
Yes, I'm picturing the webpage. I'm picturing.
It's I don't want to say the Clan Inebriated.
Yes.
Yes, Clan Inebriated. They go to a bunch of different festivals. I don't know how much community outreach kind of things they do, but again, that's more of a social club where it's just fun to belong, and they're just all about just hanging out, good vibes, and partying. Yeah. So I kind of like that myself.
Yeah, one of the things that Jack on YouTube said is Scottish country dance groups as well. There's another avenue
way to tackle this.
Yeah, and they're probably a lot more forgiving as far as who they would allow in as a member. You don't necessarily have to be Scottish as long as you like Scottish country dancing.
Yeah.
No, very good point. I like that. Yeah. What we'll do is when we actually clip this up and put it out on the YouTubes and the Facebooks later on, we'll put comments or links in the comment section below or in the description section below, and we'll let you guys know a bunch of different groups. And if you have particular groups that you like and you're involved in, or you just know about and they're really cool people, great. Let other people know about them. The more people get involved in more of the groups, the more there is. It just adds on top of itself. So are you a member of a Celtic society or a society that celebrates any of this stuff? Let us know in the comments what society you are a part of. If you're not, go check out the comments. See what other societies people are pointing you towards if you want to get involved in these kind of things. If you like the kind of content we're creating, check out these other videos that we've done before. Have a good day.